So, hi everyone. I think we've started the link. Let me share my screen first of all. So, Shema, can you confirm if it is visible? I think let's wait one more minute, everyone to join. Let me share my screen. Okay, so welcome everyone. Today the topic will be very interesting topic. Will be about MCP server. So I will explain you a little bit about how you can boost your SOC themes with the efficiency of MCP server. And at the end of the webinar, we are going to give you a free trial, which you will be able to have free trial of SOCRadar platform for a year. And also you can execute some dark web reports, which is very interesting, which is going to show you how secure you are and how popular you are on the dark web. But besides that, today the agenda will be as follows. So I'm going to talk about what is MCP, Model Context Protocol, why it is important, why today we are going to talk about this MCP server, why do we need it, why do we need MCP, why LLMs, large language model is not enough nowadays, and what makes our MCP server unique. So I will show you some real life scenarios as well. I will explain you some real benefits of MCP for your SOC themes, and then we are going to conclude what else MCP server can do. And of course, I want this session be a bit interactive. So if you have any questions, you can type to chat. At the end, we can talk about those questions, and we are going to also talk about concerns. So I think we can start. So I would like to start first of all to explain what is MCP, what is Model Context Protocol. So today to connect AI to your security tools, you need three steps, as you can see on the left side. So you need to call an API, then you need to write a code to process it, and then you are going to get the output. So this will require developers, this will require time, this is going to require maintenance. However, with the MCP, with the Model Context Protocol, it's just two steps. So you are going to give the prompt, and then MCP is going to handle everything for you. And at the end, you are going to have the input. So there is no coding, there is no actually custom integration. So it's like a new interface layer between AI agents and tools. So MCP is going to be bridge here. It's going to connect AI agents directly to the tools, in this case like SOCRadar, which I'm going to also explain soon. So it uses actually structured JSON, which is secure and standardized, but you don't write any of it. So the AI is going to handle everything. So that's going to reduce cost, it's going to reduce time, and it's going to generate more effective reports just in a seconds, which we are going to see with the real life scenarios. So instead of hiring a developer to build integration, you just talk to the AI, and then MCP is going to make sure that right tool does the right thing for you. So, giving this context about MCP, I would like to talk why MCP is important today. It's a game changer in the cybersecurity industry. So, it's not just a feature, it's a new capability, because with the MCP, it creates a virtuous cycle for your security operations, right? So, as you can see here, three things fit into each other. It embraces shorter life cycles. What used to take your team, for example, 8 hours collecting intel, they need to write a report, they need to map the IOCs. Now it's going to take only 5 minutes, maybe 2, maybe 3 minutes. You will have all the desired prompt, all the desired reports, and MCP is going to do it for you. So the cycle from question to the finished intelligence is going to shrink dramatically. And then, of course, you are going to gain better insights because it's faster. Your analysts aren't just producing more, but they are going to produce better in a form where they can pull from more sources. MCP is going to check more sources. It's going to make the cross-reference for more data, and the focus on analysis instead of data collection will be more for the analyst team. So they are not going to waste time in order to collect all the data, but by using MCP server, they are going to make more analysis. They are going to focus on more analysis instead of data collection, which is going to short a lot of time and which is going to help a lot to the SOC teams. And of course, it's going to enhance operational speed, right? So when you are faster with better insights, your entire SOC team is going to operate in a different speed, on a different level. So detection, response, and reporting, everything is going to accelerate with the MCP. So that's why it's very important. It's not just a feature we added, it's actually new capability. It is going to change how you deliver security intelligence, especially if you are managed server provider, like managing different clients, like 5, 10, or maybe 20, 50 clients. This is how you can scale without scaling your headcount. So with the MCP, it's going to help you a lot. It's going to reduce cost. It's going to reduce all the focus. It's going to increase all the focus on the SOC teams. So now some of you might think that I already use ChatGPT, I already use cloud. Why do I need MCP server, right? That's the fair question. And here you will see why LLMs, large language model, is not enough, and why do we need MCPs? Because basically, if you ask to ChatGPT or any other AI, like show me threats for my client, show me this intel for my client, it has no idea who is your client. It doesn't know their assets, it doesn't know their domains, it doesn't know even their industry. So it's going to provide you some generic information. However, if MCP is enabled, it's going to connect to SOCRadar, where your client context already lives, and it's going to give you exact, accurate information about your client. So here, that's why you are going to see more confused AI, but when MCP is enabled, it's going to provide you more precise information regarding it. And of course, it's can't interact with your SOC tools when it is LLM. Basically, large language models alone can talk about threat intelligence, but it can't pull actual incidents. It can't query your IOCs. If you want to get some indicator of compromises feeds, it cannot directly interact. So it can check your attack surface. It's just text information. It's just text in and text out. However, when MCP is enabled, it's like you are giving hands to the AI and it can actually do things in your tools. So that's why it's very important. And you can, for example, here, no structured outputs for reporting to multiple clients. In today's session, we are going to see some live scenarios where basically we are going to give prompts to the MCP and it's going to give us exactly what we need. Just in a few minutes, it's going to generate us some reports. So it's very important. And of course, there is a lax control, compliance, and auditability required by MSSPs. So you need to know what was queried, when was queried, by whom was queried. So LLM conversation gives you none of that. However, when you use MCP, it's going to provide you more structured, more auditable layer that compliance teams and the client's demands. So that's the difference. On the left, you are seeing a smart AI that is confused because it has no access to your world. But on the right side, you are going to see the same AI, which powered by MCP, and it is connected to SOCRadar, it is confident, and it is going to deliver you real results. So let me now show you what MCP can actually do when it is connected to SOCRadar. So why MCP server, SOCRadar MCP server is unique. So here, this is the MCP SOCRadar server. It sits at the center, and it's already connected to more than 35 security tools out of the box. You can see MISP for threat sharing, Splunk for log analysis, Shodan for internet scanning, plus all of the SOCRadar's own modules, right? Attack surface management, digital risk protection, cyber threat intelligence, and supply chain intelligence. So all these 35 security tools are pre-integrated. You are not starting from the zero. The integration is already built. As I mentioned, attack surface management, digital risk protection, cyber threat intelligence, and supply chain intelligence. So this is the key difference from other MCP implementations. When the AI asks, what are the trending vulnerabilities this week, or like investigate this domain, um, it's pulling from SOCRadar's real life intelligence, not from generic internet search, as I was showing you, as like those LLMs are doing. So it's going to connect to the SOCRadar. It's going to pull live data from live customers' environments, and it's going to generate you what you need for a specific client, for a specific customer, which actually we are going to do this as an examples in soon, and you will see how MCP server is behaving when there is a real prompt about a real live customer, and it's going to generate you what you need just in a few minutes. So it's of course secure and auditable. It's prompt to action. So every query goes through structured schemas. It's not a chat box having a conversation. It's controlled, um, auditable action pipeline. You can trace what was queried. You can trace what the data was returned, when it happened. So you will have all the logs regarding those queries, those prompts, right? And of course, it's built for SOC teams. So that's basically why we are here today. So how your SOC teams can use this MCP server, because it's not for developers. This is important. You don't need to, for example, a Python developer to use this. A tier one, like a junior analyst, can type a prompt and get results that would normally require a senior engineer to build. So you can manage all these processes without developer, just by, let's say, junior analysis, because MCP is going to handle everything for you. And of course, for our partners, for our MSSPs, this is the headline. You don't build these integrations. They are done. Day one, you connect, you start generating intelligence for your clients, and that is going to be the value proposition. Now I would like to show you, I gave you a little bit context about what is MCP, why it is unique, why it is important. Now I would like to switch to live demo and show you exactly what happens when you type a prompt into the environment. I actually did this before the webinar because I didn't want you to wait until it generates reports, even though it's 1 minute or 2 minutes. So I'm going to show you some real cases by demos, right? So this is the MCP. I'm using cloud in this case. This is the MCP server that is connected to the SOCRadar, and I just gave a prompt of generate me a good looking executive report for our customer, based on only critical findings, and include dashboards and widgets, as you can see. So here you will see the steps. So it is going to, first of all, gather all the critical findings from SOCRadar to build executive report. So it reads PDF skill for creating professional reports. Now it's gathering all the critical findings. You can see as it is connected, it's going to search the incidents. It's going to get the digital footprint of this customer, going to get the botnet data, impersonation domains, impersonation domain checks, impersonating accounts, also checking bad reputation. So it's actually like an analyst searching each type of intelligence from that customer, and then it's also getting trending vulnerabilities and the digital assets. So here you see trending vulnerabilities, it got from the assets and so on. So then boom, it's basically has all the data that it needs, and now that is going to generate an executive report. So here you will see 6-page PDF built entirely from live SOCRadar critical findings. And you will see what is including, like dashboards, critical finding, and tables. And the good thing is that when I click on it, now you will see the the magic here. Now you will see the intelligence report that is generated only by one prompt, and it is connected to SOCRadar. Here you see, for example, executive summary. Here you see like a threat dashboard, like open incidents regarding this customer, the severity levels, and so on. So you can actually query whatever you need regarding all this information. For example, here you will see the incidents based on category, like impersonating domain sources, if there are any bad reputations, and so on. Of course, the first example was like a generic. I will do it in a more precise level, but as you can see, this report was built just in 1-2 minutes, which can take actually hours for analyst team to prepare to make these type of searches and then generate this kind of report. So here, with the just one prompt, as you can see, with the MCP server, the report is generated. It has many different contexts about it, which are like, through this context, you can take actionable insights. So the second example is like, let me go through the second example. So just a second. Yes, so you can even customize these reports, right? You can even customize those dashboards that MCP server is generating. So now I'm saying, for example, can you make it darker instead of white background? And it is going to update the report using dark theme throughout. So it's going to show you all the steps, and at the end, here you have the report only with the dark background. So it is also important because nowadays it's customizable reports are very important in cybersecurity in terms of collecting intel, in terms of collecting IOCs, all this information. So you can have these executive level reports just in minutes with the MCP server, which is connected to SOCRadar. And let's add some more information to this report. So let's add, for example, add some attack surface management alerts here, like vulnerability results. So the MCP server is going to update itself, the report generated, and it's going to add like a more specific attack surface management related incidents details and the trending vulnerability data. And here it's going to call all the trending vulnerabilities, and once it's ready, it's rebuilding the dark report with the attack surface management alerts. And here you have the magic again. So once you click, you will see the report, again the executive summary, with the incidents, with the threat dashboards, with the attack surface management. Now you have, as you can see, now it added attack surface management incidents to the generated report. So for example, it's giving information of total of 199 digital assets have been discovered. It's giving 22 of them are monitored. Let's say 177 of them is unmonitored. So all the analysis, all the monitoring capabilities that your SOC teams are doing, it's just, they don't need to do the analysis. Like, it's just in 1 minute, everything is visible from the client's live information perspective. And also here you are seeing now attack surface management security alerts, right? So as you can see, it's giving you context, it's giving you actionable insights on also information like, these are the following critical attack surface management alerts were generated by asset monitoring. And here you see the alert ID, like the type, the risk of it, so that you can even query like, just generate me only critical alerts and show me like in a report, or like show me also the IOCs that is related to your industry, your country, which I'm going to show you in the different examples. But there is no limit, right? So you can query, you can give a prompt of whatever you need for your SOC themes, or like in case that you are managing many clients, you can do that, right? Just a second. So yes, that's very useful and very important in case of your SOC teams don't need to spend too much time on it. And here you will see, for example, in case of vulnerability intelligence. So let me come back and show you this part, vulnerability intelligence. So we added also to our report, because we gave as a prompt the vulnerability intelligence, and here you are seeing trending CVs, right? What are the critical vulnerabilities, what are the ones with the exploits, what are the CVs, and so on. So it's very useful, it's very simple, and it gives you a lot of context. If you are in a cybersecurity world, you are aware of how much time it takes actually to gather these type of informations and to generate a report like this. Um, so yeah, so this is one example when you want to add any other prompt to the any other information to the report. Now I would like to show you more precise information, right? So now I would like to give another prompt saying like generate a good looking executive report in this time for Apple, let's say. And now it's going to call APIs from SOCRadar environment, and it's going to connect again to SOCRadar environment, and it's going to make an intelligence for Apple in this case. And it's going to search all the findings that we were discussing, like from dark web, from in terms of IOCs, in terms of vulnerabilities, and it's going to generate another report only for in this case Apple. And here you will see the critical findings for apple.com. This is actually you can do through the platform, but the platform like the MCP server, which is connected to SOCRadar, is going to do it for you. And here you will see a full executive report, all with the findings for Apple. You'll see the company overview, you'll see the detail, like a threat summary based on apple.com, which is like accessible on the internet, identity and credential intelligence. So all the credentials that are exposed, all the breach intelligence summary with the alerts. Of course, if you need those informations, you can also gather from the platform all the zero-day vulnerabilities. So it's going to generate all the threat intel based on apple.com just only by one prompt. And of course, again, at the end, I'm going to conclude with the comparison with the manual SOC teamwork. But within this, you are reducing cost, you are reducing time, it's more accurate, it's checking more sources and so on. You are collecting more data. So it's like as we mentioned in the beginning, as I mentioned in the beginning, it's like a game changer in terms of cybersecurity world, because it is like giving hands to AI, it's giving hands to MCP server, and it's going to do everything for you. So now let's do it in a more precise way. And just a second. And let's say includes the most dangerous threat actors targeting Spain. Let's say that you are a company in Spain and you are based in Spain, and you have like third parties in Spain, and you want to know what are the dangerous threat actors. So it's going to gather intelligence again only specifically for Spain. And as you see, it's going to, with the Apple report, it's going to include Spain threat actors, and then it's going to fix the issues and it's going to regenerate the report. But this time it's going to add threat actors that are targeting Spain. but of course you can do this for any specific industry, for any specific geography. And once it does, and this process, it's only taking like 2-3 minutes or maybe 4 minutes, but not higher than 5-6 minutes. So just in a couple of minutes you are going to get this report. And now we had this report for Apple, but now it's going to add some part which is going to explain threat actors targeting in Spain, as you can see here. So here you will see how many attacks per day are happening in Spain, what are the when is the most targeted day, what are the rank, like how many DDoS attacks that are recorded, what are the APT groups that is targeting Spain, right? So you see the threat actor, you see which industries they are targeting in Spain, you see like the origin and which malwares that they are using, and of course the risk of it. So it's actually, when you want to collect this information, you have to go, like the SOC teams have to go to the platform, they have to make manual analysis, they have to search for Spain, they have to check those IOCs related to those threat actors, and then once they collect the data, they have to structure in a way that this MCP server is doing, but like just in minutes you see you have the full information. So also the hacktivist and ransomware groups, so you may see threat actors like the activity agent in Spain, and of course here, for example, what are the most targeted sectors in Spain by the number of incidents. You can see transportation, healthcare, government, and so on. And then top initial access techniques used against Spain, for example. So you will be able to have all this information by MCP server, which is connected to SOCRadar. So by just one prompt. Now let's continue with another example. Let's say that you want to have an information about some specific ransomware or like some specific threat actor, and I'm, for example, saying just give me detailed insights about Qilin ransomware with dashboards and widgets. So what it does, again, it is going to gather comprehensive intelligence on Qilin ransomware from SOCRadar and OSINT sources, and then once it has a deep intelligence on Qilin, it's going to build a comprehensive interactive dashboard. As you see, it first collected from SOCRadar, then from ransomware groups victims, and then here it is going to create a dashboard. First, it is giving the overview, which tab is explaining about which information, what information, TTPs, and at the end, again, the magic. So here you have the dashboard. Here you have the overview. You will see the total victims. You'll see ransom earned, data claimed, the countries that are affected. You can have the information of the victims, the sectors, like their techniques, tactics, IOCs, and everything. So if we scroll down on this report, we will also see like a victim growth trajectory. And again, like all of these all of these widgets are customizable. So you can exclude, include what you need. You can prompt in a way that you need more details. And for example, you see here like a group profile about Qilin. And yeah, so you will have all this information regarding the ransomware group, or like regarding the prompt that you requested. Now I would like to show you one more threat intel report that I generated by using MCP server. And this is also, now it's more specified, right? We started from general information. Now we are going into more deep. Let's say that you need intelligence for specific country, for a specific region. First, I would like to show you a specific region, for example, Southern Europe, because I'm based in Spain, but you can like generate this report for any other industry, of course, another region. And I wrote like create a comprehensive threat intelligence report detailing APT groups targeting Southern Europe. So I included Spain, Italy, France, Portugal, and Greece. And I also mentioned particularly those focusing on the finance sector. So I also gave the industry. And then I requested, provide me their TTPs, their IOCs, and any other intelligence, right? And just in minutes again, it is it gathered all the comprehensive threat intelligence on APT groups and from the SOCRadar platform. And once it gathered all the information, it built a report and it built a dashboard as well. So here you will see all the sections that report is including. And now I will show you what it has as a dashboard. And of course, by the way, I didn't mention, but all of these reports are that you can download it, so you can use it as a downloaded version, or like you can use it as a dashboard as well. So here you see like Southern Europe finance sector. You see how many IPT groups identified, how many countries analyzed. We gave 5 countries, like IOCs that are categorized. So it's a overview focused on finance sector. Um, you will see the sources here, like the ransomware victims, like the DDoS attacks that are happening, especially in Spain. And now we are going to see more detailed information. So we will see the executive summary. The Southern Europe has like mostly heavily targeted region in the cybersecurity world. You see the threat actor profiles. What are the APT groups? What are the activity, like the key malware information, what are the threat actor attribution by state, and so on. So you see all the detailed information, again, tactics, techniques, and procedures, all the TTPs, all the key techniques that these threat actors are using, all the IOCs, like malware families, network indicators, exploited vulnerabilities. So all the information you have here. So you are going to see at the end of these live scenarios, it's actually taking days maybe to generate this kind of a very insightful report. But with MCP server, it's like just 5 minutes maybe. So that's actually why I mentioned that it's a game changer in cybersecurity world. It's not we shouldn't think like that this is a developed a new feature, but this is like a way that it's a new way for your SOC teams that they can use, and it's a game changer at the end. And now I would like to show you the last live scenario, last report that I generated. This time, the previous time we requested for like Southern Europe, now only for Spain. So create an advanced threat intelligence reports targeting Spain. So include some IOCs, include ransomware groups, TTPs, and everything else. So now again, it gathered all the comprehensive real-time intelligence based on Spain, targeting Spain, and it has all the information. And here again, the magic comes. So you see, for example, the intelligence period, like last 2 years, the scope, the regulatory context, the sources, and the classification, and all the information that is as an overview that has this advanced threat intelligence report that is targeting Spain. So in the executive summary, again, you will see all the information, like most targeted sectors in Spain. You will see what are the most the industries that had more incidents, threat actors. You see like the APT groups, ransomware, cybercrime activist groups, and then threat actor attribution. Again, the mapping MITRE attack, critical TTPs that are targeting Spain, and IOCs. So you see all the information, malware, network indicators, trending exploit vulnerabilities, what are the distribution about these vulnerabilities, and all the dark web intelligence again. And of course, ransomware landscape. So it's a full IOC, full insightful information that is targeting Spain, and it's again made by MCP server, just giving one prompt with the cloud AI in this case. So we've we've checked, we've seen some like 6 different reports, right? And I wanted to show you what is the difference between using MCP server, these 6 reports, and without MCP server, with only your SOC analyst teams. So here you see, um, there are like, we generated like 6 reports, total pages of 50, and actually all these reports took around 36 minutes to generate. But if we would ask this to the SOC analyst team, it was like 87 hours, which is around like 3 4 days. And the cost for this was only $22, but it was going to cost around like $4,000. So it's faster than human analysts. Its reduction in report cost is almost 100%. Of course, it's higher intelligence accuracy, and with the MCP and with the AI, accuracy details is much higher than human SOC analyst. Here we can see it's around 77%. And yeah, so this is a total overview. And for the each type of report, I requested a comparison, right? So what happens if I generate this report through the MCP server, and what happens if I request this through the SOC analyst, SOC teams of the organization? So here you can see, for example, the last report that we've seen, like Southern Europe Finance APT report, it took 9 minutes to generate. It was almost 1 day for the human power. It was like $5, but the cost around $1,000 if the request is from the SOC team. So it's really helping us a lot, and that's why, before I start the webinar, before I start to show you these real life scenarios, I mentioned that it's a game changer. So it's very important. It's reduces a lot cost. It's faster, and here you see some real benefits for SOC teams. So there is no code access to powerful tools. As we've seen, you don't need to have a developer, or like you don't need to write a Python codes. You just write a prompt, and then the MCP is going to generate what you need. It's 5 10 times maybe higher, faster investigations, and your junior analysts can act like seniors. So they don't need to be on a senior level. They don't need to know coding. They just can write a prompt, and they actually can have what they want. And all tools, all the data are centralized, and as we see in reports generated in minutes, not in hours. So this is also very important game changer also for MSSPs, because imagine this speed. Imagine you are handling many clients. You have like 10 20, more than 100 clients in different regions. So imagine the speed and simplicity applied not to one customer, but all of your customers. So that's the scale that MCP server unlocks in today's cybersecurity world. And of course, what else MCP server can do? This is like on a also high level. As we've seen, it can like threat intelligence on demand. So just by APT queries, we can get all the threat intelligence. Open source tool integration. It can summarize logs from Splunk, from Sentinel. It can help a lot on the log management. It can identify misconfigurations, policy violations on firewall and compliance audits. It can upload an auto tag with my threat tag details, and of course it can detect insecure playbooks or alerting gaps. So white label, multi-tenant capabilities, it has all. It can deliver branded reports and manage multiple clients seamlessly. So that's why it's very important, and it's another level of handling your clients, or yourself even. So here also I wanted to highlight just quickly some use cases. So for example, automate IOC enrichment and analysis. So let's say that the challenge is analysts are often They have many uncontextualized list of IOCs from various feeds, forcing them to spend hours on manual one by one trick instead of focusing on the indicators. So as we've seen with the MCP server, automatically it makes analysis of IOCs, identifies key threat trends and insights, and it reduces investigation time that we've seen during the live scenario reports. Um, it assists with critical alerts prioritization. Let's say that there are many alerts of your clients, and this is happening a lot. So 70% of SOC analysts are often overwhelmed because there are many alerts. They don't know how to prioritize them. They don't know which one of them are more important so that they should take an action. So they can waste the precious time. However, like in action, just a junior analyst facing, for example, 50 new alarms can ask the MCP server, okay, which incidents should I prioritize? And the server immediately responds, like you can start with these alerts and so on. So it's going to provide quick automated guidance around alerts so your security team can take precise immediate action and decrease time to resolution. Another important use case is, of course, like it empowers analysts of all skills levels. So analysts, sometimes they are on not all on the same technical level, right? So there are like junior analysts, senior analysts, and they not all of them might understand all the details or all the context. However, with the MCP server, a junior analyst is assigned to investigate a ransomware, as we did, for example, for a Qilin ransomware group. And if he doesn't know about this ransomware group, or if he's not sure about what he has to do, um, can go to the MCP server, and MCP server can contextualize and simplify investigation details to be understood by analysts of all technical level and experiences, so that they can also be productive. They can also immediately use the MCP server to investigate incidents, to get the guidance and generate detailed reports without skilled trainings. So that's also another important use case that MCP server can cover. And lastly, of course, it unifies disparate security tools. Let's say the challenge is getting a complete picture of threat is a slow and manual process, and analysts must log into the multiple separate environments in order to gather all the intelligence, in order to gather all the data, and once it collects, then has to prepare what he needs to do. But as we've seen from the live scenarios, actually, it's like just in a couple of minutes, MCP server is gathering all the data from all the environments, and it's centralized security intelligence layer. It allows analysts to use a single natural language to query to instantly gather all this information. So it also reduces a lot of analyst teamwork in this case. So coming to the end, there might be some common questions. I will also check at the end your questions, but these are like the common questions, right? Common concerns. So I would like to briefly to explain some of them. So you might ask, is this secure? Yes. So MCP uses, as we mentioned, structured JSON schemas. So not like from free API calls. So the AI can only perform predefined actions within the boundaries we've set. So it's not browsing like the internet randomly. So it's basically it's executing control scoped queries against SOCRadar's platform. So yes, it's secure. Can I use my own LLM? Um, Today we demonstrated with cloud that the I like this all the live scenario we've shown as a cloud, but yeah, it can support all other LLMs, OpenAI, local models, whatever your organization prefers. Um, for us, it's not important which AI is asking; it's important about the structured request. And is it on-prem hosting? Yes, this is a question like I've been hearing from banks, from governments, and so on, from different clients. And the MCP server can be deployed to fit your infrastructure requirements. So in case you need to have more information, of course, we can talk. I'm going to show you my email address. Also, you can reach out to our team. But yeah, this is a question we are hearing. Can I build workflows? Of course. What you saw today while generating reports, investigating IOCs, checking vulnerabilities, those can become repeatable workflows that you can create every day. You can even, for example, imagine every Monday morning, your MCP automatically generates a weekly threat brief about what's happening in your industry, what's happening in your country. So you can create this type of workflows. And do we store prompts data? This is critical for compliance. You maintain control over your data. The prompts go through the MCP server to SOCRadar, your threat intelligence platform that you already trust with your data. So it's not something like you are sending your data to somewhere else. So that's also very important. And to conclude what we've discussed today, so with the MCP server, it differentiates your services. So you can use MCP server to stand out in the MSSP market with the AI-driven offerings. You can manage multiple clients in the same time. You can manage very quickly different clients. You can collect all the threat intel, all the report that we've seen. This is accelerating the delivery. You can automate reporting, threat hunting, you can automate compliance tasks for multiple clients. And of course, it's offering premium AI enabled services. You can white label, you can manage reporting, and so on. And you can strengthen the client relationship because you are going to deliver faster insights. You are going to deliver branded reports that boost retention. So let me check if there are any questions, first of all. And then here is the code, basically, which I mentioned at the beginning. Do we have any specific security guidelines for MSP like we have for ML? Yes, as I mentioned, so this is like we store all the data for the critical compliance, so you maintain control over the data. The prompt goes through the MCP server to SOCRadar, and your threat intelligence platform, it's not like sending the client the data, some random AI service. And you can also use your own LLM, as I mentioned. So today we demonstrated with the cloud, but architecture supports any LLM, OpenAI, local models, and so on. It's only about like for the specific cases we can handle. So this is the, let me make it again. So this is the free for 1 year. It's like a free trial of the platform. You can scan and you can have the information. In case you need more detailed information, you can ask to us. Uh, this is a free dark web report. This is going to show you, you just put your domain, and this is going to show you how popular you are on dark web. It's going to generate a report based on the critical findings, if there are any sales on dark web, if you have any stealer logs, if you have any exposed information, and so on. And this is the agentic AI, right? So maybe in future we can have another webinar about agentic AI, which is also very like one of the game changers in this cybersecurity world, because what it does, it's basically for the impersonation domains. You can create your own workflows. You can customize the workflow in order to have more precise phishing domain detection. So you can add rules, you can add some conditions in order to have more precise phishing domains detections. So you can also QR this code, and you can have the details. So this is my mail. Thank you for listening. Let me just 1 more minute just to go through the QRs if I went fast. So this is for the free trial. This is for the dark web, and this is for the agentic AI. So in case you need to have. But of course, if you have more questions, if you want to discuss more about MCP server, about SOCRadar, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to our team. I hope today's session was an insightful session for you. It helps you to understand how MCP server is can manage quickly different use cases, and how it can basically how it is like a game changer in cybersecurity world. I don't see any other questions, so I'm going to conclude today's webinar. Thank you again for participating, and I wish you very good, safe days in these days.